Welcome home to North High Shoals, Georgia.
We are Lori and Eric Wright, realtors, award-winning designers,
And best of all, your hosts for the American Dream. So we got lucky and we caught the mayor, Mayor Stephen Goad of North High Shoals, Georgia.
Nice to see you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for joining us.
Yeah.
So we want to get a little history on the town.
The town has an extremely long history, dating back to the 1700s. And there was a little bit of a militia here that went against the state and some of the federal laws that were coming on board so much that the governor of Georgia sent and squashed it. At the time, Fraser Road, that was the road from the Shoals up through to the east before 186 was built.
That's right, because 186 didn't exist.
It didn't exist at all. And so over a period of time, it was pretty much settled around 1806. There was some federal money that came to help the European settlers. And then there were clashes with the Creek and the Cherokee, though. So much so that at one time, the mansion that was built on the Fraser Hill on the Oconee side was burned by the Creek and Cherokee, which is pretty fascinating when you stop and think about that history, because that was the gateway.
Tell us about your family and how you guys came here. How long have you been in High Shoals?
My parents bought a house here, and so I was already out of the house, and I worked closer to Atlanta, and I had a job transfer with a company that I was with. I moved back here in 90, moved out in 94, and stayed in Oconee area, but of course not here.
Right.
And I came back in 2021, I guess.
Okay.
My father had passed, and my mother didn't want to leave their place, so my wife and I sold ours and bought hers, and then built her what we call a granny pad on the back.
So you really moved back to take care of your mom.
Did, yep.
What led you to want to run for mayor?
I had nothing to do with politics ever, other than monitoring. And so, truly, I saw some things going on that I didn't agree with, and I felt I had a place to be a servant of the town. And so I stepped into that role, and voila, I'm the mayor.
What do you think the future is for North High Shoals?
I hope it's largely unchanged. And the reason I say that is because I'm not anti-growth by any means. But if you look around the whole county, this is sort of an unchanged bedroom community. You know, we have no stoplights, no stores, no commercial businesses. The neighbors, by and large, get along. They look after each other, take care of each other. And it is just a phenomenal community. You know, one of the biggest draws to our park is the amount of shade that we have, and that is in comparison to our surrounding parks in this county and some of the neighboring counties.
You got any future plans coming up?
I do. I think a splash pad for 4-year-olds. So that would be fun to put in for the little kids that use for the heat in Georgia, July and August. They would love a splash pad, I think.
The historic homes in North High Shoals were built really because of the mill, the textile mill that was here. And each one is a little bit different. It's unique in a mill town because a lot of mill towns, they're all the same, but each one of these historic homes is a little bit different. But the one thing that they do have in common is that they typically have big, wide porches.
Which really creates community. This house right here is pretty special.
It is. This is the first house that we came to when we moved to North High Shoals.
And actually we walked through the front door to the very back.
We did.
We started crying.
And we put an offer in right then.
And this is where our story began here in High Shoals. Welcome home again to our home and our heart here in North High Shoals. We're going to give you guys a quick glimpse of an 1870s historic home that we lovingly restored, keeping to the historic preservation of the town and the house. Designed by Eric and I, renovated by us, my eyes, his hands. Speaking of Eric, where is he?
I'm in the music room making us martinis. Let's sit by the fire.
Sounds great, see you in a minute. Our kitchen design was based upon a concept called the unfitted kitchen, where each piece is a separate piece of furniture, but collected as a whole. And probably the most exciting thing that we did was when we designed our butcher block piece that we use every single day.
Then you'll notice all the arches. Those are Lori's favorite. And really throughout the house, we tried to change only what fit our design aesthetic and family. without losing sight of what makes this historic house a home.
We're your hosts, Lori and Eric Wright, and we'll see you next time when we welcome home
The American Dream.
Cheers.
Cheers.